Lyceum of the Philippines, Inc. filed a complaint with the SEC to prevent several educational institutions from using the word Lyceum in their corporate names, alleging that it had exclusive rights to the term which had acquired a secondary meaning in its favor. The SEC hearing officer ruled in favor of the petitioner. However, on appeal, the SEC en banc reversed the decision, holding that Lyceum was not exclusively associated with the petitioner and that appending geographic qualifiers avoided public confusion. The Court of Appeals affirmed the SEC en banc's decision. Petitioner moved for reconsideration, but it was denied. On further appeal to the Supreme Court, petitioner raised, among others, that the doctrine of secondary meaning applied and that the term Lyceum had become so identified with its institution that others should be barred from using it. The main issue here is whether or not petitioner Lyceum of the Philippines has the exclusive right to use the word Lyceum in its corporate name by virtue of the doctrine of secondary meaning. The Supreme Court ruled in the negative and held that the petitioner failed to prove that the use of the word Lyceum had acquired a secondary meaning exclusively associated with it. The mere long-term use of the word does not suffice. Exclusivity of use and distinctiveness in the public mind are essential for the doctrine to apply. The court observed that many institutions had used Lyceum or its variants like Liceo, long before or contemporaneously with the petitioner. More specifically, Western Pangasinan Lyceum had used the word for 17 years even before petitioner. Additionally, other institutions appended geographic qualifiers like Lyceum of Apari, making confusion with Lyceum of the Philippines unlikely. The court also recognized that Lyceum is a generic word, akin to university, and cannot be exclusively appropriated. The highlighted doctrine here is the doctrine of secondary meaning, that requires not just prolonged use, but also exclusivity and public identification of the mark or name with the user. Generic or descriptive terms like Lyceum cannot be appropriated exclusively unless these elements are firmly established.